Welcome to Paid to Date Live, the weekly live stream broadcast that features news, reviews, and interviews related to dating experiences via the Paid to Date platform. Paid to Date is an innovative dating platform designed to transform the dating game by allowing individuals to monetize their dating experiences. Thank you for tuning in.
Feel the rhythm, feel the night, yeah. Party till the morning light. Every beat, we're flying high. Raise your hands up to the sky. Higher, faces pumping, hearts align. Lost in moments, lost in time. Voices echo, lights are bright. Dance together, feel the vibe. Feel it, electric heartbeat, heartbeat. Feel it down deep, down deep. Electric heartbeat, heart moving, grooving, no sleep, no sleep. Tonight we shine, we glow. Energy, it overflows. High on life we go. Let the music take control, take it. Electric heartbeat, heartbeat.
Welcome back to Paid to Date Live. I'm your host, Charlie, and with me is Goretti, all the way from Nigeria. Goretti, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you, Charlie, for having me. Glad to be
Hey,
here.
I couldn't have done any of this without you, actually. So
Flattered.
I'm glad we met. Isn't it exciting that you are all the way in Nigeria? I'm all the way in Barbados, God,
Yeah.
8,000 miles away. We're live, and the whole world can tune into what we're talking about. That is amazing technology. I'm constantly being fascinated by advancement in today's technology. Anyway, today we're going to talk about a number of things. It's going to be a very short show. I think we're going to go live on a regular basis. I don't want it to
Okay.
be scheduled time. Whenever something exciting comes up, I want to go onto the show and talk about it. And
Okay.
the most exciting thing today is the fact that we have reached the milestone of 1,000 subscribers. Yippee!
Oh,
That
wow.
is amazing. We did this, I would say, in about 3 weeks. Because the
Yeah.
first 1 to 2 weeks it was all development work, and then we started promoting, and you came into the picture. And by the way, you have done a phenomenal job with the social media marketing campaigns
Thank
that
you
you've
very
launched.
much. I appreciate that.
And yeah, you're more than welcome. No, we greatly appreciate the contributions that you have made, and we'll continue to make, because I'm not going to let you go anywhere. Okay.
I appreciate that.
Okay. They people have looked at our Instagram, for example, account, and they've made very positive remarks about how professional it looks, or the presentation. The videos are all 100% professional. So, what is your opinion on what we have achieved so far? I know that we've reached quite a number of accounts, but the sign up process, in my opinion, doesn't. Why
Much.
why are we only at 1,000? But how many accounts have we reached so far?
So currently, first of all, I wouldn't have been able to do it without your support, because it's very important that teamwork is at its peak, and then at the same time, the openness to be able to spend money on ads.
Yes.
Not all startups want to spend money on ads, and you're different. And then recently, we've been able to reach 296,000 accounts in the past 30 days on Instagram, just Instagram alone. So I think the reason it's not matching is because first we're a startup, and then this is an innovation paid to date. And then there are lots of controversies on people saying that we're trying to pervert prostitution, that it's a cute way to sell prostitution, which is not what we're trying to do.
Mhm.
We're just trying to make it clear that women are worth getting paid for their time, and
Mhm.
not every person in the dating space understand that women should be paid for their time. So lots of women are taken for granted
Yeah.
and all of that. So I think we just need to double up
If I may
and
interject,
continue.
allow me to interject here. Not only women can be paid to date companions, men
Oh,
also can be paid to date companions.
oh,
And
really?
we're going to be targeting the LGBTQ community. We've already started to do that. So people from that community will also be clients and or dating companions. But yes, I do agree that women's time should be valued, and I don't see anything wrong with being paid to date. If I can respond to the accusations that I'm hearing also on my end and also on our social media platforms that we're just a smart way of introducing an escort service or a sex service, there is there's absolutely nothing illegal about someone charging a fee, nominal or otherwise, for their time on a date, whether it's for lunch, for dinner, going golfing, tennis. So charging for your time to do that to is not illegal. The,
Yeah.
the the definition of prostitution is providing sexual services or favors for monetary gain. And
Hmm.
this is not what we are doing. We cannot do any more to emphasize that this is not what we're about. And we've even made subscribers about saying that they understand and agree that sexual services are not part of the services offered by paid to date companions.
Yeah.
Some of the what are some of the you saw some of the comments. Just run through one or two of the comments that you saw from people, and I think I responded to maybe one or two of them actually.
Yeah. You did. And I also did respond. It was
Yes.
just something around prostitution, and then some other people said smart move. And
Yeah.
then many other people liked it, and they
Mhm.
asked us, how can we sign up? How do we start earning? Lots of people asked those questions, and we're able to tackle those questions in our first episode of this live session.
I'm just checking Instagram here to see if we are in fact live. Um,
Okay.
I I'm not seeing that we're live, but hey, we should be live. uh, okay. All right. Anyway, if we're not live now, we're certainly going to put it up afterwards. But
Yeah.
there is a reality check that must be observed here, and that is: will people meet on paid to date and then go on an actual date, have romantic and sexual chemistry? It will no doubt happen from time to time. Will they
Yeah.
end up having a sexual relationship? More likely than not, it will happen. And as a matter of fact, I'm happy when it happens because as long as it is known by the two individuals and by the general public that that is not what we're offering. But if it happens and it's a happily ever after scenario, that is great publicity for pay to date as far as I'm concerned. I mean,
Yeah. And it's not on you that they did anything because you made it
of
clear.
course. Of course, I
Yeah.
made it cut and I can't do anything else. But people will always uh, accuse you of whatever is, whatever they're thinking. I mean, we can't stop that, and I'm not worried about that. I think what I don't like about it is that they're posting it on our platform. I think they should post it on their own platform and complain as much as they want about what they think we are or are not
Actually,
doing, and that would give us
most
more
of
exposure.
yeah, yeah, actually, but most of those kind of comments, I had to hide them because Instagram gives me the leverage to hide comments, and I did that so that they don't spoil or poison what we're trying to put out there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did consider whether or not we should delete or hide them. And at one point, I even thought maybe we shouldn't because it creates controversy. And once we are able to respond and with plausible deniability, we should be fine. But there's nothing wrong with leaving it there or hiding it. I think I would rather them not put it there in the first place and put it on their own site their own social media accounts and give us the benefit of that exposure from their side. Um, the There were a number of things I wanted to discuss during this. Let's talk about some of the areas that we're targeting and where we're actually getting signups from.
Okay.
Tell us some of the places that we're getting signups, or tell the audience that I'm sure they would love to know where are we getting our signups from.
So we're getting signups from Caracas, Spain, Jamaica, Bridgetown, US, even Canada, Ontario, Canada, and then the Dominican Republic as well, Nigeria, South Africa. So it's
Yeah.
actually global, and we're open to global audiences.
Yes.
It's everyone is allowed to sign up. It's free.
Hmm. Okay. Um, the I want to start being more proactive in targeting the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you would suggest as our social media marketing person? What do you suggest we do in our effort to target that community?
So we have to inspire inclusivity, not discriminate, also have webinars, and then content marketing,
Mhm.
targeting them, speaking their language,
Yes. Okay.
having them know that we don't hate them, we receive them, and they are involved. Just inspiring inclusivity
Yeah.
works.
I want to post in many of the LGBTQ plus groups on social media as well, and I'm sure there are associations and organizations and networks that we could target to invite their members or followers or subscribers to become subscribed to the pay today platform. So we're going to be exploring those strategies as well.
All right.
Uh, I have noticed a number of people from the LGBTQ plus community already on the site.
Yeah.
One person I know personally, and also I've seen a transgender individual on the
Yeah.
site. So it's getting there. It's getting there. I think 1,000 plus members in 3 4 weeks. I think it's really good going, and I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to or the second milestone of 2,000.
Absolutely, it's going to happen.
they I had a very interesting experience a few days ago.
Okay.
I've been getting lots of because we're doing lots of advertising. Obviously, I can validate that because I'm getting the invoices. So um, they I met a lady on holiday in Barbados 2 days ago on the at a bar close to Bridgetown, and we were watching the 100 meters final of the Olympics. There were a whole
Oh.
bunch of people there, and how I met was quite interesting because she missed part of that race, and when she was looking away on her phone, they were doing a replay of the race. So I said to her, "You're missing the replay," and she said, "Oh, thank you." And then we watched it together, and we started chatting. I said to her, "So what do you do?" She said, "Well, I used to work with Meta," and I couldn't believe it. She worked with Facebook, and
Yeah.
she said she was one of 20,000 people who got laid off, but she
Wow.
worked there for a number of years, and she was able to give me in in a 5 or 10 minute session
Hmm.
tips and advice on how to go about our social media marketing campaign. And one thing she said to me that resonated with me and it will stick with me. She said, "Do not despair when people see it once or twice and they do not sign up. They need to see
Yeah.
it a minimum of 3 times for it to start working for you. So you've got to keep the advertising going." And that was quite encouraging because I was starting to thinking of I started thinking of ways of committing suicide when the numbers dropped.
You you
When the
don't have
numbers
to.
from
Okay,
100 a
so
day down to
the Kardashians, right? The Kardashians use the same strategy. They did
yes,
a lot of social media advertising, trust me, before
yes,
they became famous. Now Instagram pays them for each post. Kim earns money. I'm telling you.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So, They did a lot of ads, 2 million views, 10 million views. They were still running ads,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Now, no, I think we'll get there. I think we have what could potentially become one of the largest platforms in the dating space
Yeah.
because we we are we our main selling point, our unique selling point, our main selling point is the fact that we enable the widest cross section of people to make money
Mm.
doing something that they're already doing anyway. They're doing it on other
Yeah.
platforms. These if you were to collectively total the number of people on all the dating platforms, we're talking a few billion people on dating platforms all over the world. So it's not we're not reinventing the wheel here with being a dating platform. But what makes us very attractive, very appealing, is the fact now you can date, which is what you love doing, and you make money at the
Mhm.
same time. And with
Yeah.
the recent recessions that we've experienced around the world, um, only fueled by COVID. There was a recession before COVID, and then COVID came, and many people got displaced and so forth. It's become increasingly more difficult for people generating income. And I think any opportunity to make money, and particularly if it's one where you have fun doing it, I think that
Mm.
we've got something here that the whole world will jump on. If people understand by reading carefully what we've written and understanding what we're offering, I am convinced that we will sign up one out of every three persons. I think that any three persons who are into dating, okay?
Mm.
As a matter of fact, I do believe that some people will focus more on the money making component of pay to
Mm.
date more so than the entertainment or the dating side of it. If they
Yeah.
happen to be someone they like, well, that's a bonus. But
Mhm.
people will go there. And when I look at what people make in my country, Barbados, as a entry level or even mid management job, if you were to make an average 100 US dollars per date,
Mm.
and you're doing 3 dates, 4 dates a week, you're talking 400 US dollars a week. That is more money than the
Mm.
average person is making in my country at the entry level jobs, working in the supermarket, working in a petrol station, working in an office as a junior. You don't make that kind of money. So this
Yeah.
welcome addition, and I'm sure you probably can echo this for Africa as well, particularly Nigeria, where you're from. Okay,
Yeah.
so people are looking for ways to make money, and I think this is an excellent opportunity. And once they understand this, we're going to be flooded with subscriptions. So I'm not worried at all about the sudden decrease in numbers. I mean, we were doing what 100. We did 100 a day for 4 or 5
Yeah.
days
Yeah. We did.
consecutively,
Yeah.
and then we
Yeah.
dropped. Yes. But you said to me that the lady from the former employee of Meta said to me that the reason why it dropped is probably your organic sign ups decrease, but you've got to keep the advertising going, and you'll have another wave of organic sign ups. So
Mm.
it's very interesting, very informative, and very encouraging to have met someone from Meta. Imagine
Yes.
that.
Mhm.
Eh,
That's
here in
huge.
Barbados. Um, yeah. So anyway, so that was an interesting experience. So what else are we going to share with our audience before we wrap this up? Okay. Now, someone said to me that, Charlie, I hope you do know that a lot of many prostitutes, escorts, strippers, and porn performers around the world are going to sign up on Pay Today looking for business. Well, yeah, I hope so, to be honest, because but once and whatever they do after the fact, it's nothing to do with us. They as long as they keep what they do on our platform to a dating encounter or experience, that is fine. Are they going to come and look for business beyond the encounter? Of course they're going to do that. I don't have any problem with that, to be honest. What are your thoughts on that, Goradi?
I think it's okay. First of all, we made it clear, right? Even
Yeah,
prostitutes want love, so if they can find love here, so be
of course,
it. So we
of
can't
course.
even restrict them. We're trying to inspire inclusivity. So
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Well, I I think we've covered most of our topics. Is there anything that you have experienced in the last 2 weeks, maybe, that you would want to share with the audience?
I think we already said like a lot of things about it. We already talked about the controversy. We've talked about the countries that we've been able to reach. Basically, nothing more.
Okay. Well, I'm going to look at a few of the technical buttons here. In the meantime, we're just going to pause for a commercial break, and we'll be right back. Okay. It's interesting how many bells and whistles I have going here at the same time to do a live stream. Okay, the average person is totally oblivious to what's actually going on behind the scenes here.
Actually,
Yes, yes. Okay. And what I find challenging about doing live streams when you're controlling the functionality on your own is that it can be quite challenging if you're doing an interview and you have to hold your train of thought, but you're also focusing on the technical aspects. It takes a special skill to be able to keep the conversation going.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's right. You know, because you might be focused on the technical stuff, and then you might miss a very interesting point and not be able to respond properly to what the person's saying. You know, so that's,
Yeah.
that's
but you're
interesting. You know?
handling it quite well, so it's not.
Okay, all right. Well, look, we're going to bring this session to a close, and like I said, we're going to come on the air as often as need be. Anytime there's something exciting to share with our subscribers and our viewers, we're going to be on in a heartbeat and have a chat with the audience. I'm going to be inviting subscribers to come onto the show as guests to talk about their opinions about Pay to Date and also some of their experiences, their dating experiences from other dating platforms.
Yeah, that was
And-
very interesting.
And anyone who goes out on a Pay to Date experience, I am going to invite them to come on and talk about that experience. Now,
Okay.
I do have something to share with our viewers. I took the liberty to contact a Pay to Date subscriber to actually go on a Pay to Date experience, and I went through the motion. I called her up and I told her, you know, I am the founder of Pay to Date, and I would like to take you on a Pay to Date experience so that, you know, I mean, if I'm promoting Pay to Date, I think it can only augur well with the subscribers that I too use the service. So I used it to get feedback, and asked her to write the review, and I'm going to do the same. And I even invite her to come on the show. She said she needs a little time to get the courage to come in front of the camera, but we went to a lovely restaurant on the west coast in Barbados. It's called Surfside. It's owned by a friend of mine. It's on the ocean, and we had a lovely dinner there, and we talked all about her life, her lifestyle. We talked about her dating experiences, and it was more of a it was a typical Pay to Date experience because it wasn't there for a romantic connection. It was there to get feedback from an actual feedback from a subscriber. So we talked more about the technical and the business development side of things and how we're going to take it forward. And so it was quite clinical. And but nevertheless, it was a wonderful experience. And you know, we had a lovely meal. And hopefully, she will have the courage to come on the next episode to talk about her experience with the
I look
founder
forward to it. I look forward to it.
on a Pay to Date experience. Okay. All right.
Okay.
We're going to bring this show to a close. I want to thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you
yet
for
again.
having me.
It's been my pleasure, but we are out of time for today. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a wonderful day.
Unfortunately, we've come to the end of this episode of Paid to Date Live. We would like to thank our guests and our production team. We also thank our viewers for tuning in and giving us an audience. You can listen to a playback of this episode at any time on our YouTube channel and our Instagram account. See our website for details. If you would like to be a guest on our show to share your views and experiences in the dating world, simply submit the guest interview form at paidtodate.io/live. Bye for now.